sir. Back yapping in the kitchen. They gave me the broken chair because
no handlebars, no training wheels, zero live action now, buddy.
as punishment. So I gotta live with it. But you know who it is? It's Dwayne K back in this thing.
Yeah, Jay the speaker.
And we're yapping in the kitchen. And this topic is gonna be very controversial because a lot of guys say they wouldn't do this, but a lot of guys would do this if they were given the opportunity. So, Jay the speaker, my question is this. When is it okay to holler at your boy's ting? Or holler at a ting that your boy was talking to, is gonna talk to?
Right away, buddy. Bro, you have slung back, sleaze back bill. Right away. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a situation I had. I had a dude, you know what I'm saying? He's doing wrong on the girl. The girl's actually a good girl. Like, she came by, she's like, pretty much she's doing everything I wanted a girl to do while being here. Like, she's making sure everything's good. I'm like, damn. And he's out talking about, oh, he wants to get this girl, this girl, this girl. I'm like, bro, don't slip up, man. Like, this is a good girl. Warned him. And he's like, yo, I gotta have variety. I'm like, yeah, but the salad can only be good for so long when you mixing up, too much cucumbers with the tomatoes and the lettuce. You gotta choose which one you're gonna stick with and go. So he slipped out, man. And then just one day happened and it's like, yo,
You took over.
Took over. And then you know what? I was so flagrant about it. I'm like, no, this is my girl now. Brought her to a party, everyone's there like, yo, how is she with you, Jay? I'm like, listen, he's a slum bag. And I'm a better guy right now. So that's what it is. But they're like, yo. Then they start air up my little rubbish. So I'm like, yo, everyone has a past. Everyone has a baggage. But at the end of the day, it all worked out, Mm-hmm. She was a good girl, I'm saying? Everything worked out with me and her. So I was happy.
You said was.
I didn't marry the girl. But,
okay.
we was good. We was good for a good year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, he was sour at the time. But, at the same time, he wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see a girl who's equipped and ready for to get in the game right now?
Yes.
Yo, you got to sign her.
And as a guy, you should look at that like, yo, okay, what did I do wrong or what wasn't I doing to allow another man to come in the game and pull the thing away from me?
Yeah.
You gotta look at the game, the tapes. What do they call it? The post-game tapes?
Yeah, you got to look at the footage.
You got to look at the footage to see, okay, what wasn't I doing? But, I guess a lot of guys think that their game is top-notch.
Yeah, every guy thinks that. I got on the top of top, but...
Yeah, I mean, you could be slipping and a girl, get taken away. Yo, I know this one guy. Yo, check this out. I know this one guy. His thing was top-notch, on fire. So what happened was, I remember I chopped her at Walmart, right? She was down. We were talking or whatever. But I was like, all right, I'm going to see you next time because she worked near my school. So long story short, I ended up seeing this dude with this girl. And I was like, yo, how is this guy with this thing? It was one of those, right? It was one of those awkward.
Haterad's large, huh?
Oh, huge. Huge. You would need a 2-liter jug for the amount of Haterade that I was drinking at that point. I was like, yo, how is this guy with this thing? So long story short, I would see them around and, these guys them two are holding hands, skipping through the school and all that stuff because he was in heaven. He got a dime piece and he's thinking he's on top of the world. So it got to the point where, I would avoid him seeing me with her because I was like, yo, I'm going to swerve on this girl if he's not around, right? Yo, one time we were in the club and I was with my boy and the two were in the club and his boys were there and his boys know me. So they hailed me up. Bro, I was playing hide and seek with this guy because I didn't want him to see me with that girl because then she would have associated me as his friend. And, sometimes when they associate you as a friend of the guy, is fully off limits. It could either go, one way, it could go another way. So, long story short, I was hiding from the dude. Up until now, I have not seen the girl to be able to be like, yo, what's really good? You know what I mean? But, it's still there in case something goes down. So that's, I look at it like, yo, listen, he was just an acquaintance, so anything goes. If it was one of the mandem, I don't know if I would really slide in on a thing like that. But, as an acquaintance, man, it's free game, man. It's the survival of the fittest.
So what about this, man? There was one of the man them brought, a thing through the Yapping in the kitchen studios. You know what I'm saying? So they brought him to the studios. They saw what we're doing. They're like, yeah, y'all, this is you guys? And I'm like, yeah, this is us. Blah, blah, blah. And then you know, they just happened to leave something to come back another day. You know, and they came back. I'm like, yeah, so, yeah, you left this here. I brought it for you, whatever. And they're at the door like, yeah, so that's you? That's you? I'm like, yeah, that's us. Yapping in the Kitchen Studios. That's where we're at. Like, but the facility's yours? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. And she just wants to come inside. So I'm like, all right, come inside, whatever. You know me, I got the drink, the juicy juices going. So I'm like, whatever. But I seen at that moment, she wants in. And I'm like, is that wrong for me? Because one of the bedrooms brought the thing true. She saw something bigger than what she was in right now. So she came through another day, saw what was going, and then she decided to plant a seed or make way for a seed to be planted.
Okay.
And I took it.
Okay.
So is that wrong? Is that wrong?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I didn't even pursue it. It was just.
You listen, like I said, you gotta do what I got. You gotta do what you gotta do. And at the end of the day, they obviously have an idea of what they want.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You see what I'm saying? So, whatever. If the dude that she was with couldn't provide what was being provided, and she was just down to see what was popping on your end,
But then catch this curveball she throws. Don't tell him. I'm like, I have to. I'm that dude. I have to. She's like, no, you can't be that guy. I'm like, no. This could come down the road and bite the tail. So I picked up the what do you call the WhatsApp, called the video call. I'm like, look who's here right now. Blah blah blah. He's just like, you piece of.
To you?
He's mad. He's like, yo, I'm coming with it right now. Blah blah blah. So she got the hell up out of there, and I'm stuck in the studios right now, yapping in the kitchen. And he came through, he's pissed. I'm like, yo, bro, this is what happened. So my defense was this. Yo, this ain't the right girl for you.
Yeah.
Look, she's throwing that poontang to me, knowing that I know you, but she saw something that's valuable to her, and she's like, yo, let me get in. So why would you want that girl? Because imagine that was a stranger. You would never know. So after, some swings, some shadow boxing was going on, but we got through that part, and then we drank, and everything was fine. But it was tough for him to swallow. It would be tough for me because it happened to me too. You know what I'm saying? It's tough when you care about a girl and then she swerves on something bigger than you. It's like your ego is hurt.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So I felt bad, but I didn't feel bad because I felt like deep down I taught him a lesson.
Yeah.
Or I was used as a vessel to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Which actually worked out in his benefit. You know
what
I'm saying?
Well, see, that's why I always say, man, you really can't be putting 100% into these things when you meet them because the true colors are going to show eventually, especially if you are doing everything to impress her to get what you want from her, right? So if she's the one making you work, look at it like this. Look at all the other dudes she made work for whatever it was. And where are they now? You know, they're no longer in the picture. So it's just a common theme. She's making dudes work to get it, and then boom, once they get it, she does whatever she wants with them, and they're gone. That's why you have to have your own plan and figure out where your trajectory is, where you're going, and make her work for you. Because the moment they start working for you, they'll start seeing value in you. And then they won't do things such as that, right? Because whatever you're doing wouldn't be comparable to what another guy is doing. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to if you're trying to impress her in her program, any guy just has to follow that program. And it's like what you said on another episode not too long ago. All a guy has to do is have to have, like, say her program is, okay, after 3 months, I'm going to sleep with him, right? And think about how many girls employ that, right? So all a guy has to do is have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 girls on his roster and wait 3 months with each of them. The 3 months, you know what I mean?
I know, cheat code.
It's just a cheat code. And that's the thing. When all these girls are following the same tactic that is being, pushed in mainstream media, all guys have to do is just think, okay, how am I going to get past this?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So, man, that's just the game, though, man. So I don't know. But for a man to scrap over the fact that he lost a thing, man, I don't know. That's uncalled for. I don't know. Maybe he really loved her. Maybe he fell in love with her, or whatever the case was.
Is it wrong for me to bring her on the show? Or
no, it isn't. Not at all.
If I expose her too much, I don't know if she can recover. Because she wanted to come on the show, but then I just told her story right now. So
No, tell her to come on, man. That would be great. Because we like to, it would be good to get a woman's perspective on, what would make her do something like that, Even though we know, obviously, she saw something in you.
All right.
She saw something in you that he didn't have. It has to be that. Because I always say, guys and girls are always looking for something better.
Yeah.
Right? So if a girl sees a guy who has things such as, more protection, more fame, more resources, I'm assuming it's gonna look more appealing than a guy who has less. Or if she's with a guy and the boyfriend before him was doing things better, she's gonna compare the two and say, you know what? Why am I dealing with this new guy if the other guy was better? Let me see if I can rekindle things with the older guy. Guys, same thing. Always looking for a girl who's looking better. The dime piece. Oh, let me get this, this dime piece over there. Always comparing the looks as opposed to comparing, the mentality. Because it takes a girl with a good mentality. They say pretty is what pretty does. So that's what I'm saying. But anyways, what do you got to say? Because we about to chop this up.
Scumbag or not scumbag, it's a teaching lesson,
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to leave it at that. Jay the Speaker, I'm out.
Jay the Speaker's out. Dwayne K, anything goes, man. Anything goes. But this is Yapping in the Kitchen. We out of this thing.